This is pretty bizarre, and no breakthrough tonight. Remember, it's Sunday night in the US as the government shutdown enters its third day, but crucially enters a Monday. An attempt to reach a compromise failed just a few hours ago. There were hopes early in the negotiation between senior Republican and Democrat senators that something might come of it. It didn't. The vote is now postponed till Monday as Democrats stand their ground on immigration protections. Now, Christina Wilkie covers the White House for CNBC. She was waiting and waiting for some kind of resolution. There wasn't one. Very late, I think it's about midnight there now, she describes the ongoing stalemate as a fundamental breakdown in trust.
The reason that nothing happened tonight, which we all were led to believe would be a breakthrough, is that, frankly, senior Republicans could not guarantee what the president would do or what he would agree to, and senior Democrats were really holding out for a series of promised immigration reforms, decided that they could not take the word of the senior Republicans without something more concrete. And it's really, now it comes down to personalities.
And if it comes down to personalities, and the Republicans are trying to second-guess their own president, who is almost, on the face of it, unsecond-guessable, what will resolve this impasse?
That depends on who you ask. If you ask the president, Democrats will be broken. They will recognize that they are paying a very high price politically, which they are. To the American public, there is little doubt that Democrats have decided to shut down the government until they can get guarantees, true guarantees, that these 800,000 plus young people who were brought to the United States, we know them as the Dreamers or the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival, this DACA, but these young people will not be deported, and they believe this is their best last stand to get guaranteed protections for these young people, which President Trump canceled last fall. So those they need this, and they've decided to, as we say, to die on this hill in politics. But if you ask Senate Republicans, Democrats should be fine. They ought to be okay with being guaranteed, well, how about we open the government for a little while, for another 3 weeks, vote for it, and then we'll give you your protections. And I think senior Democrats have heard this a few too many times. And unlike with previous presidents, whether it was Obama or Ronald Reagan or even President Bill Clinton, President Donald Trump is not a very reliable negotiator. So that the stakes are far higher on that front.
Absolutely fascinating state of affairs, isn't it? That's Christina Wilkie, who is CNBC's Washington correspondent. I was speaking to her about 26 minutes ago, and very late on Sunday night there. So it has not been resolved. And the week will commence in the US with the government shutdown.